A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 34. I could see peace instead of this.
This lesson means that when something looks upsetting or scary, you can choose to see peace instead. You do not have to keep seeing fear or anger. You can pause and remember that peace is another choice. When you choose peace, your mind feels calmer and safer.
When your mind is peaceful, you see the world in a peaceful way.
What matters most in A Course in Miracles is learning to see the world peacefully. Jesus does not ask for peace outside us because the world is not separate from our minds. How we see the world depends on how we think. To change how we see, we need to change our thoughts and choose the right teacher, Jesus. Instead of saying, I could see peace instead of this, you could say, I could see Jesus instead of this, to make it more personal.
Today, practice 3 times. Once in the morning, once in the evening, and once more during the day when you feel ready. Keep your eyes closed and focus on your inner world during each practice.
Jesus asks us to practice with our eyes closed and focus on our thoughts to find peace inside. This is important for learning to look at our minds and notice ego thoughts, like anger or judgment. Sometimes, we might want to ignore these thoughts or pretend they are not there, but Jesus encourages us to face them. A Course in Miracles helps us see these thoughts so that we can let them go and find peace.
Spend about 5 minutes during each longer practice looking at your thoughts. Search for any fears, worries, upsetting situations, or unkind thoughts about people or events.
It is important to find and notice unloving thoughts, like fears or judgments, during these lessons. If you do not see them, saying, I could see peace instead of this will not make sense. This lesson is for when you face unloving thoughts which come from the ego. Then it makes sense to choose peace or Jesus instead. Jesus teaches us to look at the darkness in our minds and bring it to the light by letting go of the barriers we have built against love.
Notice each thought calmly. Say today's idea slowly as you see it, and then let it go as the next thought comes.
You cannot let go of a thought if you do not notice it. To let it go, you must choose Jesus or the Holy Spirit as your teacher. If you choose the ego instead, you choose separation, along with guilt and fear. Noting them casually means not making a big deal about your thoughts, which is what it means to look at them with Jesus. If we make them a big deal, it shows we are taking them too seriously and feeling guilty about them. Jesus gently encourages us to keep practicing, even if we feel anxious or resist.
If you cannot think of anything specific, just keep repeating the ideas slowly. Do not leave anything out on purpose.
Take it slow, steady, and gentle. In the next paragraph, Jesus reminds us to use the lesson whenever we feel upset and to notice those thoughts.
Use today's idea often, especially when something upsets you. It helps protect your peace. If a specific problem bothers you, say, I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. If you feel general emotions like worry or sadness, repeat the idea in its original form. If needed, take a few minutes to repeat it until you feel calmer. You can also say, I can replace my feelings of depression, anxiety, or worries with peace.
This lesson, like all lessons, will not help unless you admit to yourself that you have feelings like depression, anxiety, or worry. These feelings are not bad. They are part of why you are here learning. What is not helpful is pretending they are not there, because then Jesus cannot help you. You need to notice these thoughts and bring them to Him. Jesus teaches that we must be aware of these dark thoughts to let Him heal them. This is why practicing often, as Jesus suggests, is so important. These lessons also show us the amazing peace and love that lie beyond our ego thoughts when we ask for help to see the world differently. They help us recognize the two parts of our mind, one that listens to the ego and one that listens to the Holy Spirit. Only by seeing this can we choose the right teacher and find peace.
I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this.